Hey, what's happening, guys? Dan Darrow here with another Options and Play video update. It's the first earnings on the radar of 2020. It's finally back to earnings season, or just about. Not quite there. This coming week, only a handful of names scheduled. Only of those handful, only like maybe like two or three that are interesting, like bigger companies. So we're getting close. I can feel it, but not quite there just yet. It doesn't mean we're gonna not have any news next week because we got plenty to look forward to. Because retail sales, so the holiday quarter number should start to come out early next week. So that'll definitely be a focus. JP Morgan Healthcare Conference coming up too. So a lot going on. Earnings will pick up a little bit slower. So let's just jump into it. So pretty simple. Monday before the open, Monday after the close, Tuesday before the open and Tuesday after the close, really nothing of interest. All right, so Monday or Tuesday, nothing before the open or after the close that really catches my eye. Wednesday before the open, different story. First off, Constellation STZ. So they're looking for about 10 points here. Definitely one of the bigger names of the week, one of the bigger priced in moves of the week. Also, had a pretty lackluster quarter in October. So it had like a nice move up on a nice quarter in June, and then it had a disappointing move and a drop at the beginning of October. So the stock really hasn't bounced, kind of remained weak. The chart, it doesn't look very compelling one way or the other, but the option pricing to me not too bad. Like pricing in 10. Last two quarters, it's moved on average about 13 to 14. So, I don't have a ton of conviction with it, but if anything, might look at some like lower debit strangles just to see if it moves in line with like those previous two quarters, which are like closer to like a 13 or 14 point move. Also, Wednesday before the open, Lennar home builder 275 is what's priced in here. Just had an amazing move. I mean, it was Lennar. It was also a lot of the home builders in like July through November. The momentum has really stalled out a bit. Lennar, the first major home builder to report, and it's probably going to determine whether they get some of that Momo back or not. I haven't traded this on earnings in a while, but the setup does seem kind of interesting for a potential snapback if the numbers are good. Decent number. Maybe you can get back up into like the 60 area, right? So might try something speculative, maybe just like an upside bullish strategy on this one. Walgreens, another big name. This is also Wednesday before the open. So 275 is about what's expected here. Um, and I feel like this is one of the more interesting setups for the week because it went wild on these LBO headlines in November, and there's really been no update on that since. CVS, closest peer, kind of outperforms or continues to outperform. It really leads this thing higher. And I feel like this could be a big quarter for Walgreens because if it's trying to make up any of that ground that it's kind of lost to CVS, I feel like this quarter might be the one to do it because technically it looks a little bit better. It's through a bunch of its moving averages, so it doesn't have a whole ton of like upside resistance. Um, the last two quarters weren't particularly volatile, but I feel like the chart looks a little bit better. The recent LBO headlines maybe expand the volatility on this. So thinking like a strangle or straddle is the way to approach this. All right, after the close Wednesday, Bed Bath and Beyond. So 225 is what's priced in here. Um, it's had a really, really big move off the August low. I mean, like this is up over 100% off the August low, and this is going to be the holiday quarter, so definitely going to be really important earnings release. You know, I just struggle with Bed Bath and Beyond. I feel like I can never get the pulse of it. Options are kind of expensive compared to historically some of the moves it's had. And like I don't have like a feel for the name. Yes, it's up a lot, but also, I mean, if you look at a longer term chart, it still has like a long way where it could bounce. So it's up a lot off its low, but it's still down a ton for like a 2, 3, 4 year stretch. I don't have like a really good read on it, and I haven't really had much success with it recently. So I think I'll probably just end up leaving this one alone. Um, all right, Thursday before the open, Acuity. So maybe not a name on everybody's radar, but it's interesting to me. because this is the definition of consistency when it reports. So they're looking for about 12.5 points. Those are monthly options, though, so you're going to have an extra week on top of that. Thing with this is that good or bad, this tends to move sharply, and it's exceeded the price to move 5 out of the last 6 quarters. All right, so very, very, very consistent. Um, Up or down, I mean, last quarter was disaster, but it's come back all the way. I feel like if it's not broke, don't fix it, right? It's tended to exceed the price to move, so probably go with some sort of volatility strategy, but maybe skew this slightly more to the downside just because last quarter the numbers were so bad. It has had a big bounce, but the quarter was very, very, very bad. All right. After the close Thursday, Synex. So they're looking for about 10.5 points here. Those are monthly options as well. Coming off a real big beat in September, the stock has just been in a real aggressive, strong uptrend since then. Stock looks very bullish. The only thing you have to worry about is expectations might be a little bit elevated. I would say, like, if it's another good quarter, it's possible that this could make a move to the all-time high, right, up in like the 140s. So it's pricing in 10.5. The all-time high is up in the low 140s. Maybe that could be in play, but we kind of have to worry that like expectations are high. Stock is up a lot since last quarter. But if I do anything, maybe look at some sort of like speculative, out of the money call or some sort of bullish strategy, maybe thinking you get like a move up to retest or even take out like that early 2018 high. And then Friday before the open is Infosys, but I mean I haven't traded this in years. It's not really that consistent of a mover for earnings, so I'm just going to leave that one alone. All right. So you can see it kind of starts off slow, but we're going to have retail sales next week, and we're going to have JP Morgan conference week after that, and then actually like that following week is when the banks start going. So this is going to pick up very, very, very quick. There are a couple big names this week, so there are some things to focus on. So yeah, just we'll take it in stride, right? So if you're looking for more information on options trading, like education or options trade ideas, please follow for the link in the description of the video for more information on options to play. All right. Hope you guys have a fantastic weekend, and I'm looking forward to some good trading these next few weeks. All right. So rest up, relax, and I'll talk to you all on Monday.